fact. I see y'all in the chat. Salute to the family. Salute to the chat. We here, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, family. We are in the building. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Salute to the chat. Salute, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause to the family that's in the building. I see y'all in the chat. Salute to the Tory Experience. Monica, True Meaning, Phenomenal. D Royal in the building. Ray in the building. Rose in the building. Latoya in the building. Buttercup in the building. My boy Charlie X is in the building. Look, Slack is in the building. The family is in the building. Family, we are here. We are here. We are here live in effect, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the building. Salute to you guys. While you guys coming on in, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, make sure that you guys hit that notification bell. A lot of people have been reaching out to me telling me that they haven't been receiving the notifications when I've been going live. You know, YouTube be hating on your boy because we be putting belt to ass over here. YouTube, stop hating. All right, stop hating. Stop turning the notifications off on my family's and them channel, all right? New subscriber here, love your content. Thank you so much, love. Thank you. Salute to the family. I am so happy to host you guys on this evening. Family, y'all know we got work to do, right? You in the building. I see you in the building. Ayana, I see you. Salute to you guys. Family, so we got some things that we need to discuss regarding this Nolan and Karmelo Anthony case, right? As you guys know, they found Nolan's body Monday morning around 3:00 p.m. And we still have a lot of unanswered questions, right? What happened to Nolan? Why did his friends leave him in the ocean? Why did his friends come back with his cell phone? Why did the friends make sure that they come back on the boat safe and sound, but not Nolan? That's crazy to me, family. I'm still waiting around for that answer. Nolan go out on a boat trip. They said there was some drinking involved. It was a young lady with them. But nobody got no answers. I find that very suspicious. But one of Nolan's good friend spoke out. Salute to Nietzsche coming in with the $2 super chat. Work, gentlemen, Den. No problem. Copy that. I got you. Thank you so much for this $2 super chat. Thank you. This your first time being notified? See, that's crazy. YouTube be playing games. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever we put that work in. But salute to you guys. I am so happy to see you guys in the chat, alive and well. Salute to the open book. I see y'all in the chat, family. So Nolan friend came out and he spoke about the situation, but we're going to get into that a little bit later in the stream. So first, what I want to get into, family, is one of the rescue team spoke out and he done an interview and he's going to explain to us what we are seeing here on this map. What could have possibly happened to Nolan's body? How long it took them and the search team to find Nolan, right? He's a lieutenant and a sergeant of the rescue team, because I'm getting very frustrated with this case, family. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting very frustrated because ain't no way in hell that Nolan go out to a boat trip with 4 people and everybody else come back home. Everybody else but Nolan. But nobody got no answers. They can't point no figures. Yeah, Nolan over there, he went that way. He made a left. He turned around, made a U-turn. Nobody got no answers, family. Just, I don't know. Everybody lawyered up. Everybody lawyered up. Everybody erased their social media platforms. It's crazy. What's good, Brandon? What's good? Emily Johnson in the building. So let's get into this interview, family. Salute to y'all. Make sure y'all smash that like button while y'all coming on in. Let's get to work.
A lively holiday atmosphere on Horn Island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast turned into a desperate emergency response operation after the disappearance of 18-year-old Nolan Wells. Nolan and a group of friends went on an excursion to the popular island to celebrate Independence Day. But the atmosphere quickly shifted after friends noticed Nolan failed to return to the mainland as the sun began to set.
I find it very interesting, right? When a lot of these news networks, they post Nolan, why they blocking them out? The picture is already public. We already seen their faces. We know their names. We know their ages. We know their parents. So why are y'all keep blurring out their faces? These are suspects.
After friends noticed Nolan failed to return to the mainland as the sun began to set. Authorities said Nolan was last seen on the island at around 3 p.m. and did not return on the same boat as his group of friends. By midnight, his mother contacted the Jackson County Sheriff's Office and reported her son missing. Nolan's distraught mother...
See, she had to call the police department and, report her son missing. The 3 white gentlemen, they didn't call her. They didn't notify the family. They didn't return Nolan's property to his parents. They just went home like everything is all good. And who's the owner of this boat? That's what I want to know. Who owns this boat?
Pleaded for help on social media, sharing photos of her son wearing blue swim trunks and sunglasses, smiling on the boat and huddled around friends. The mom requested the help of the United Cajun Navy, a nonprofit organization that provides for disaster relief. I'm Israel Salas-Rodriguez, senior news reporter at the U.S. Sun. Thanks again for joining us. Make sure to click that like and subscribe button to stay tuned for more reports like this one. Joining us now is Josh Gill, the Cajun Navy's incident coordinator for the search and rescue for Nolan. Josh, thank you so much for joining us. Can you just introduce yourself to our audience?
Josh Gill. I'm from Louisiana. I'm the incident commander for the United Cajun Navy.
And how long have you been with the organization?
Been with the organization on and off since its inception. Really been instrumental in the role for a couple years now.
And shifting over to the Nolan Wells case, can you describe the water conditions surrounding Horn Island for those of us who are not familiar with the area?
Pay attention to this,
family.
Sure.
So Horn Island's off the coast of Mississippi. Believe about 10 miles off the coast. It's a 144 square mile island. It's pretty big. It's a location that's in the Gulf of Mexico / Gulf of America, whichever nomenclature you want to use.
Okay.
it's a destination area for boaters, right? Fishermen, boaters, recreational boaters as well.
Mm-hmm.
July 4th weekend, the water wasn't extremely rough. It was, a normal day. I'd say, light swells, maybe up to 1 foot. There is a pretty heavy tidal surge and tidal movement on that portion of the island where they were at. It's a pass between two islands, so there's increased tidal influence right there, along with wind and wave action.
Okay. And is the area popular during the holiday, during 4th of July weekend?
Extremely popular. All summer long, it's popular. Like I said, there'll be anywhere from a few hundred boats to, it could be over 1,000.
And can the water conditions change at all when the sun begins to set around the area?
Sure, conditions can change rapidly there. It's not exceptionally deep, which calls for the ability for conditions to change quickly.
Can you walk us through the timeline from the moment that Nolan was reported missing?
Sure. So, to the best of my knowledge, again, I didn't get a call till that next day. As I appreciate, late that evening, Nolan was on the beach. The vessel that he came with left, and from there, we don't know what happened. Right. Again, I'm just a volunteer. I'm running volunteer operations. I'm not law
Nobody
enforcement.
know. That's crazy. That's crazy. Nobody know nothing. I don't understand it. How nobody knows nothing. So y'all just let these boys go home and don't even question them. Don't even question the parents. The parents don't even have the balls enough to go talk to Nolan's parents. Question their children. Because I'd be damned if my child come home and they was on a boat with one of their friends and they don't know shit. What you mean you don't know? You didn't see him? Where did he go? But all y'all made sure that y'all came back home, but y'all left one of y'all friends out there in the ocean, far away, on this huge island. And everybody got different stories. All of the boys got lawyers now. The parents deleting their social media platforms. Everybody running around like they're guilty, like they trying to hide something. All we asking is, what happened to Nolan? When was the last time these boys had eyes on Nolan? But what I'm about to play y'all, what the friend said, going to make a lot of sense, family. What I'm about to play, what his friend said, is about to make a lot of sense. Let's go.
So what happened really isn't what I'm looking for. What I look for a search is that last known location, and then specifics about the area or specifics about the person. Knowing that northwest corner of Horn Island was what we call the LKL, last known location. From there, we looked at the weather conditions, tidal conditions, wind conditions to come up with a plan, come up with a grid on what we could do. As within 30 to 45 minutes of when I got notification of him missing from the family and then from the mother, we had surface vessels, that's boats, that were in the area starting to search. We also had 2 drones that were in the air, as well as boots on the ground on the island doing a manual walk to look for Nolan there.
You know what would have helped them? You know what would have helped them out a lot? Is take those 3 boys with this rescue team and tell them exactly where they was at. How about the boys go with the rescue team, the volunteer rescue team? Thank you guys so much for your hard and dedicated work. I appreciate you guys. Right? This is a volunteer rescue team. And they found that boy. But all they had to do was go get them 3 boys, tell us exactly where y'all was at, show us the last spot that y'all seen Nolan alive and breathing. Can y'all at least tell us that? Or y'all don't know nothing? Y'all still don't know shit. I'm telling you, family. And everything that's being said in this live stream is alleged. Is allegedly. I'm telling you, family, those boys done something to Nolan. They done something to that boy. To leave that boy out there on that island like that by himself and come home like everything's cool. That's how you know these people are so fucking evil and disgusting. And y'all token blacks want to be around these people so much. Y'all want to party around these people so much because you feel like that's a symbolism. You got a bunch of white friends. But Nolan realized this. They wasn't his friends. Nolan, other friends coming on social media speaking about it, but the 3 boys that was actually with him ain't saying nothing. They deleting their social media. The parents deleting them. Why y'all won't, if Nolan y'all real friend, go with the rescue team and tell them, hey, this is where we was at right here. We parked our boat right here on this side of the island. We got off. We went over here. We drunk. We did whatever we did. This is the last moment we seen Nolan. You know why they can't do that? Because they threw Nolan overboard. They done something to that boy. That's a 100% facts, allegedly.
That next day, yesterday, we had at daylight 4 vessels, 2 more people, as well as a fixed-wing aircraft in the air that started 6:15-ish, 6:30.
And when Nolan's mom did reach out to you, what was her tone like? Did she give you any information that could help in the search?
Oh, absolutely. So, and again, you can understand the frantic. She was frantic. She wanted to know everything that was going on,
Of course.
and what we could do to provide resources, what we could do to help her find her son. I mean, that's issue number one, find Nolan. But again, she was, with everything that was going on, Miss Christine was extremely calm when she was providing that information. And I asked some very tough questions. And I just wanted to make sure that, she understood all the questions that I ask are related to helping me find the location to search.
And when you and your team were on the ground, were you approached by any of maybe Nolan's friends that stayed in the area and that they provide any information to you guys?
It is an active and open investigation, so I'd rather not discuss the pieces and parts of who we had conversations with. I will say this is that I don't believe any of the friends stayed.
And what did you know about Nolan's disappearance?
He said he believed that none of the friends stayed. Let me replay that part. That's a great question. What friends helped y'all out? But he said it's an ongoing investigation, so he can't talk about the case, but he can say that no friends stayed.
What did you know about Nolan?
Salute to Virginia. You a new subscriber. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the team. Happy to have you here. Salute to you.
Disappearance when you first got that call. Did you know of anything beforehand?
Just basic information that I gathered off of social media, as well as information from the mother. And nothing that was super relevant to finding Nolan or to searching for Nolan. Just information that he got left on the island. Left or he wasn't there, possibly, hopefully, and as we prayed that he may have made it onto another boat. So what we do is we gather information, right? We gather as much information as possible. We then blast it out to social media. We've got a huge following, and this one went extremely viral, to ask for help. The more people that see something, they could possibly say something. So we actually, at the time of him being found, we had people in the air, we had boats on the water, we had boots on the ground, on land, on the mainland as well, looking in 3 different locations where people had said he may have been seen that day, that evening before. Or that.
What you mean, maybe he done may been seen? Like, I don't understand. It shouldn't be no maybe. These boys know exactly where they was at. It shouldn't be no maybe. It shouldn't be no guessing. Well, he probably was over here. Go get those boys and take them out there with you to find Nolan. Why they didn't do that? That's very suspicious if Nolan was their so-called friend. If Nolan was their so-called friend, they shouldn't even left. For starters, they shouldn't even left. But y'all come back to the island, right? Y'all come back to the onshore. Take y'all ass home, didn't notify nobody. And y'all not even going to assist the rescue team? Because they out here blasting shit on social media, asking all these questions, right? Wasting time. Thank God they found his body because they all over the place. They got drones. They got people in the water. They got boots on the ground. They got boats, jet skis. They all over the place. But all of this could have been very swift and quick if they would have took those 3 white boys and tell us exactly where y'all sailed to.
Evening he came up missing. So we take into account everything, every tip, every, hey, go look here. We do that. We do it because we want to make sure we're providing all the resources that we possibly can, checking everything out, and letting the family know that, hey, every life matters to us. It doesn't matter race, creed, color, religion, nationality. I don't care. We want to make sure that every family understands we're putting every bit of effort into it.
I
Did the search
appreciate you.
effort shift in any way after the 24-hour period when Nolan was still not found?
No, we remained steady with our search and our operations. We coordinated with the local Jackson County Sheriff's Office. We let them know what our grid pattern was. We sent them our grid in our search areas, and we coordinated with them. Again, we notified them and let them know that we would be in the area, in the air, as well as on the ground in multiple locations.
Were the members of the Cajun Navy on the island when the body believed to be Noah was found? And are you able to disclose any details on the whereabouts of the body?
So I would rather not disclose any of the details. It is an open investigation. We were not on the island. We were in the air.
And from your understanding, was the body, again, believed to be Noah, was it found in the same area as where the 18-year-old was last seen?
As I appreciate it, was within close proximity to that northwest corner of the island. Again,
So he said the body was in close proximity to when Nolan was last seen. He was in close proximity. So them boys knew exactly what happened to Nolan. They knew where he was at. If he was that close to when he was last seen, he wasn't floating anywhere. He wasn't hiding in the trees. He wasn't in no cave or nothing like that. He was in close proximity. So those boys knew exactly where he was. They left him there on purpose. That's what they did. They took his phone so his phone wouldn't get tracked, hoping that they wouldn't find his body. Because they know once a body stay in the ocean long enough, it wiped away all the DNA, all the evidence. Nolan was in the water over 24 hours, 48 hours before they found his body. That's the reason why they had that phone. They didn't want to take no chances of anybody finding him. And I seen somebody in the chat said the family should have did a private autopsy. Absolutely. Absolutely they do. I wouldn't trust this. But thank you so much to this rescue team that didn't give up on Nolan, that was out there day in, night and day, searching for our brother Nolan, and they found him. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you so much to your team for being patient and believing that y'all was going to bring Nolan body home. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you guys.
I don't want to get into specifics. It's an open investigation.
And how has social media helped the Cajun Navy in their search and rescue missions or operations?
United Cajun Navy. Whenever we get notified of a person missing, typically it's through social media. People understand who we are, they recognize us, and they'll reach out to us through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is. We turn around, we utilize those platforms to help get the word out on whoever it is that's missing, right? So I'll start with a quick narrative of who it is, last known location, what they were wearing, if they're going through a mental health crisis, if they may have been in a fight with their girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is, whatever pertinent information is there that can help us spread the word. Tattoos, height, weight, clothing. From there, I build this narrative, and then I make a poster, a missing persons poster. It's got all that information on it with as many pictures as possible. And then I do a video. The video will explain, and every one of them's heartfelt. Hey, we're looking for Israel. He came up missing. It's super important that we find him. His family is absolutely upset and distraught. Might be going through a mental health crisis, whatever it is. I list it out there, and I do it with a lot of emotion, and it's true emotion, sincere. We put that out on multiple platforms, and then the tips start coming in. Here you go. Look, I'm not law enforcement.
Okay, yeah, they did. I did see them hire Ben Crump. So Ben Crump did confirm that they doing an independent autopsy. Okay, cool. That's good news. Thank you for that, beloved. Thank you for that. I did see them hire Ben Crump, but I didn't know they gonna conduct a independent autopsy because they need to, right? Salute to the Tory experience with the $2 super chat. Black media is undefeated. Love you, gentlemen. Den. Love you too, Tory experience. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Black media is absolutely important. Because if we don't speak on this, we don't stay on top of this, they'll forget about us. They don't care nothing about us at all. They move from the next topic to the next topic to the next topic, right? How many lynches have we been seeing these past 2 weeks? Since Juneteenth, we've been seeing lynching after lynching, people winding up missing. Like, what the hell? All these black people wind up lynched, and they closing the case. Nobody got no answers. Black people hanging around a bunch of white people, they wind up missing. Nobody got no answers. I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. I haven't seen him. Black woman go to a sleepover with about 15 white women. She wind up face down, ass up, unalived in the backyard. Oh, she fell out the window. We don't got no answers. Young black woman get lynched down there in Florida on her way to a Juneteenth celebration. Don't nobody know nothing. Unaliving. This shit is ridiculous. Salute to the family. Salute to the chat. While you guys coming on in, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. This is the hottest show on YouTube. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell as well. Let's get into it.
I'm a volunteer. It's a volunteer organization. We just want to bring these people home. So social media is a huge piece. Again, I don't care how it happens. I don't care how we find these people, as long as they're found and reunited with their family, one way or the other, right? We hope to find them all alive. Unfortunately, that always doesn't happen that way. So social media is a huge tool. And then it's good old just boots on the ground, canvassing the area, canvassing that last known location, talking to people, and really building relationships with them, no matter who it is. Going into that community and saying, hey, we're just a volunteer group trying to bring this person home. What do you know? What do you think? And a lot of times that helps us out. The one thing Israel is, the families, it's interesting because the families always ask the mom and the dad, what's your gut feeling telling you? And more often than not, that mother's intuition is spot on. And they'll tell you after I build a relationship with the mother, particularly, they know what happened to that loved one. And again, the one thing I can ask for the viewers that are out there, say prayers, right? Prayers mean so much right now, and in everything we do. And I told the family, number one, keep the case alive. Let's make sure that media and that the general public know exactly what's going on.
You heard what he said? That's very key. I'm glad that he mentioned that. Keep the case alive. And that's what we doing with all these cases of our brothers and sisters out here. We keeping them alive. That's why they so mad. That's why they attacking black media right now. Because we keeping these cases alive. And we standing on business. And we exposing the unjust. Y'all not getting away with these lynchings, these injustice, nothing. Black people just winding up missing. Don't nobody know shit. Or y'all really think we that dumb? Do y'all really believe we stupid? Y'all fucked up and let me get a platform. Y'all fucked up. Salute to MTG with the $5 super chat. Parents found deleted messages on phone, says Ben Crump. Very interesting. But they can get those deleted messages. The police can retrieve those deleted messages. That ain't nothing. But of course they delete messages. I expect them. But thank you so much, MTG, for the $5 super check. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
An open investigation, and the truth needs to come out on exactly what happened, because there's a lot of assumptions right now. And I think the general public, as well as the family, truly need to know what happened that day, and what happened to Nolan, what brought it to this situation. So thank you so much for having us, and let's keep the story alive.
Definitely, Josh. Thank you so much for your time. Yep. Incredible insight from Josh and the brave, swift response by him and the other rides for disaster.
Yeah, so I just want to shout out to their team, to the men and women that put in this effort to finding our good brother Nolan Wells. I just want to salute to you guys out there. Thank you so much for bringing Nolan home, and because that's all that I really care about, right? Long as he's home and his family can give him a proper burial, that's all that matter, right? Because those boys thought they had one. They thought that they was going to get rid of the body and nobody was going to find it. That's what they thought, but this shit backfired on them. Because we going to hold y'all accountable. Y'all going around deleting y'all Instagram, deleting y'all Facebook, the mothers. This lady, one of the boys' mother is a judge. She out here making statements. She deleting her social media. The other boys' fathers, lawyers and doctors, they deleting their social media. Why are y'all doing it? Y'all can't hide. We got y'all name. We are going to continue to blast y'all on social media. Y'all not getting away from this. His 3 friends, the guys that was with him, didn't put in no effort to find him. So they go out there on the 4th of July and come back the same day and put in no effort to find their so-called friend Nolan? Really? And y'all didn't even help the search team? Y'all didn't even help the search team. Devils. That's what we are looking at, family. These are fucking devils. Evil motherfuckers, man. So, family, the one of Nolan's friend has spoken. I know it's a couple of more of his friends and people he went to school with speaking on his behalf and talking about the situation about those white boys that he was with and what was going on before they went on that boat trip. And people were saying that, you know, they had a big argument. It was a big fight. They had a big argument. They had a big fight with Nolan on the boat. And no telling what that fight, what was it about? Because we seen Nolan partying with white women. You know how they feel about black men trying to get what they women. They lose their damn mind. And this is another picture right here. Nolan by himself, surrounded around these goddamn devils. Ridiculous. Let's get into it, family.
I know that friend group that he was with is known for, I don't know if I can say this substance, but they're known for doing a certain substance.
Oh,
and,
okay.
You know, some of us who have spoke to Nolan prior to the island date, we know that they were known for doing that substance. Another thing that we believe is, what if they peer pressured him into doing something? And again, with the mixture of alcohol and...
This is allegedly, y'all. This is allegedly. And Jesus just giving us his synopsis of what he feels. So allegedly, Jesus, you got to remember when you're getting on these panels, you got to say allegedly because somebody will try to wrap you up.
Allegedly coming from his friend group that knows him very well. I'm talking about teammates.
If he know these people personally, he don't got to say allegedly, but I get it. But if he know this ain't no lie.
That played with him, went to school with him, and folks that see him every weekend. Allegedly, we believe that maybe something just didn't go the way they wanted it to.
Yep.
Maybe they were trying to have a little bit too much fun, and it was just a mistake that they covered up. But I know for a fact that friend group that they were with is known for a certain substance. So It does not surprise me whatsoever. And I'm almost certainly confident, allegedly, that there was that substance on that boat. I know we won't know till the body gets tested and all that, but, you know, it's what makes sense to me. I don't believe he tried to swim back to the island or anything like that. There's just a lot of things that doesn't make sense. Why did they leave him in the first place?
Exactly.
Why didn't they make sure he had a ride home?
Exactly.
If that was me and my friend group that I typically hang out with, I mean, Nolan, yes, was in that, but if it was me and my 4 close friends, I'm not leaving that island until I leave with my friend.
Exactly. If 4 of us go on a boat trip, all 4 of us are coming back. If all 4 of us go fly somewhere across the country, all 4 of us coming back, or none of us is coming back. What is going on? We're not going to places and somebody walking away. I'm like, hey, bro, where you going? Oh, you over there talking to her? Okay, cool. We gonna wait on you. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, we leaving together. That's how we get down. Ain't no we all 4 of us go over here and then all 3 of us come back and we don't know where the fuck our other friend at. We ain't got no answers. We ain't got no questions. What you mean? Why you got his phone? Why are you not helping us look for him? What would I look like not helping finding my friend? Why would I even leave? I would be calling the police rescue team while I'm at the location. Hey, I need emergency come down here right now. I can't find my friend. We're not moving. What you mean? I'm finna hop on a plane and fly back home and then come back and say, yeah, he wind up missing. What type of shit is that? But let's replay this again. I want to make sure we break this down, what his friend said, because I can tell he's genuine. And we know how these white boys get down when it comes to alcohol and the choice of drugs that they like to use and the peer pressure that they like to put on their token black friends.
I know that friend group that he was with is known for, I don't know if I can say this substance, but they're known for doing a certain substance.
He said they're known for doing a certain substance. Let me guess, Molly, pills, cocaine. Because if it was marijuana, he would have just said that they smoking on that Keisha, that Mary Jane. We know how they get down.
And, you know, some of us who have spoke to Nolan prior to the island date, we know that they were known for doing that substance. Another thing that we believe is, what if they peer pressured him into doing something? And again, with the mixture of alcohol and
This is allegedly,
And that's what I believe. I believe they was taking drugs, and a lot of these black people that be around a lot of white people, they be want to feel accepted, right? They want to be a part of the crew. So they allow these white people to call them N-words, slap them around, do something disrespectful to them so they can feel accepted. Have them drinking alcohol that they can't even control, drunk all over the place, taking drugs because they want to feel accepted, because he's the only black friend in this white friend group. So that's what I believe that happened. They probably got drunk on some drugs. They did something to Nolan, and they tried to get rid of the evidence. They said, we cannot get caught doing this. Throw his ass in the ocean. Get his phone so they can't track it. Hopefully something in the water get him. He float away far away. Nobody can find him.
This is allegedly. And Jesus just giving us his synopsis of what he feels. So allegedly, Jesus, you got to.
And his name is Jesus. This is Nolan Wells' friend. He said he spoke to Nolan the day before they went out there on their boat trip, and him and some other friends talked about the drugs and the behavior that those white boys that Nolan was with. He told them how they get down. He knew how those white boys get down. He know the choice of drugs. He know the peer pressure. He said peer pressure for a reason, because he know how those boys probably did Nolan. And he probably know Nolan want to be accepted so bad by those boys that Nolan is willing to try anything. He's willing to go on a boat trip by himself on an island, miles and miles and miles away. And then they come back, leave Nolan, and they ain't got no answers. They pulled Nolan's body out of the water. They pulled Nolan's body out of the water. These boys go home. The parents ain't even trying to question them like, hey, where y'all come from? Where the whole crew? What you mean? Y'all don't know where Nolan at? Let's go back out there. What the fuck you mean where Nolan at? Let's go to his parents' house. Y'all need to be explaining what's going on. How the hell all three of the white boys come back, but the black kid ain't nowhere to be found? But we trying to make this about race. Everything is about race. We race baiting. We pull in the race card. We trying to be victims. Everything ain't about race. That's not gonna work. Y'all can't pull that on us, because y'all have a history of doing this to black people. Just in the past 3 to 4 weeks, lynchings, black people wind up missing. Nobody never have answers, family. They never have answers to where our people is at. But they always make it. They always make it alive. Somehow, the white people are always alive. But nobody is never charged. And I want to ask the chat this. Do you think these 3 boys going to get charged? Yeah, Carter, you said fentanyl. You right. They could be playing with that fentanyl. That's definitely one of their choices of drugs. My son was raised in a town that was mixed, and we went to a mixed school, almost all white. I barely trusted anything they did. That's good. Shout out to you, Ayana. Shout out to my channel members. Salute to the chat. Salute to the family. I got a question for the chat. Do y'all think that these 3 boys or that girl Katie is going to get charged with this unaliving? Because I don't think this is a freak incident. People out here saying, well, shit just happened. People just drowned. Nah, we ain't going for that shit. That's how much they think about us. They just come out here and say any goddamn thing, and they want us to believe it. Oh, this happens all the time. Yeah, we know it happened all the time, and nobody never get arrested. Nobody never get arrested. these black people never get justice. But every time we call out the elephant in the room, we playing a race card. Because they don't want us to call out their racism. Me too. I believe they're going to get away from it. I think they're going to get away with it. I hope they get charged too, Monica. I hope so. Because this is ridiculous.
Remember, when you're getting on these panels, you got to say allegedly, because somebody will try to wrap you up.
Allegedly, coming from his friend group that knows him very well. I'm talking about teammates that played with him, went to school with him, and folks that see him every weekend. Allegedly, we believe that maybe something just didn't go the way they wanted it to. Maybe they were trying to have a little bit too much fun.
Yep.
And it was just a mistake that they covered up. But I know for a fact that that friend group that they were with is known for a certain substance.
He said he know for a fact that group that he was with are known for a certain substance. He said for a fact he know how these white boys get down. And Nolan was the token black friend. And they used him as a guinea pig. Probably with some drugs that went bad. Some peer pressure, some alcohol. Because we talking about the lineage of evil. These people are evil and they get mad, family, when we call this shit out. They don't want us to call this out. And Nolan's parents was probably the parents that think like, oh, my boy hanging around a bunch of white kids, that's good. He's safe. Instead of teaching your son, hey, don't be going nowhere like that out there in the water to these different islands by yourself with a whole bunch of white people. His mother's Asian, but his father's black. He should have told him that. Because these cases are going to continue to go unsolved. Everything is self-deletion. When black people wind up missing or lynched, it's always unsolved, a self-deletion.
So it does not surprise me whatsoever. And I'm almost certainly confident, allegedly, that there was that substance on that boat.
He said, I am confident that I know that that substance is on that boat. He got to be talking about that white girl. He got to be.
I know we won't know till the body gets tested and all that, but, you know, it's what makes sense to me. I don't believe he tried to swim back to the island or anything like that. There's just a lot of things that doesn't make sense.
He wasn't gonna
Why
make
did
it
they leave him in the
swimming,
first place? Why didn't they make sure he had a ride home?
Right.
If that was me and my friend group that I typically hang out with, I mean, Nolan, yes, was in that, but if it was me and my 4 close friends, I'm not leaving that island until I leave with my friend.
That's what I'm saying. How you just gonna leave your friend on an island and just sail back home like ain't nothing happened? Y'all do know that Nolan was with y'all, right? Y'all do know that Nolan was with y'all. And when you go out there to those islands and on a boat, it's a number that you can call for rescue. They didn't even do that. They didn't even do that. It's like another day at the office for them. Well, throw him over the boat. He overdosed or something happened. They beat him up. They unalived him. They done something crazy to Nolan. To come back, all 3 of them came back. All 3 of them. Salute to Successful MD for the $2 super chat. Possibly spike, drink unconscious, then push out. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking something like that. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Yeah, something happened, then they threw him over. Guaranteed. Something happened, family, and they threw him over. But I want to show you guys this video. This is what I think that went down exactly, right? This family, right? This white family was out there on a lake, and they seen a black boy in the lake screaming for help while his white friends are clowning him, laughing at him, and he's saying that he can't swim. They won't even come get him. And while you guys watching this, I want you to keep in mind and picture those boys doing this to Nolan right here. Salute to Charlie X for the $10 super chat. They don't know a damn thing when it's one of us that's pop up missing. But when Nathaniel Holloway went missing, they hemmed him up. They hid them brothers up in Arby. Turned out was a Dutch man who did it. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, Charlie. You speaking none but facts, brother. And I want you guys, let me play it back, because I want you to really hear how these boys talking to him. Listen to this. You're going to die. I'm reading the subtitles on the video. One of the white boys screaming out, "You're going to die." You got to learn how to swim.
That's fucked up.
You can swim down, Remy, you fucking retard.
You can swim down, you effing retard. That's how they talking to that black boy that's in that lake saying that he can't swim. They on the opposite side of the lake and he in that lake by himself. And they left him there. But we making this about race.
Bro, how am I gonna get you back home? You don't think Mama Marquise is gonna be worried? Hey, your mom.
We got almost 400 viewers in the building. Family, let's get the likes up. Let's get 400 likes, family. Let's get the likes up. Let's spread the word. Let's smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to my channel members. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the chat. Welcome to the show. I am glad to host you guys on this evening. We putting in that work, family. We putting in that work. Smash that like button. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever we go live. This is the live show on YouTube. Let's get back to work, family.
My dad's your mom is always worried about you. My dad's in prison. I think that's why.
He said your dad is in prison. That's why. Listen.
Mama Marquise is gonna be worried. Hey, your mom. My mom's name. My dad's your mom is always worried about you. My dad's in prison. I think that's why.
Wow.
Your dad's in prison.
Your dad's in prison. Look at him over there.
I'll just wait.
Bro, you have a life jacket.
No, I'm black. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna save me.
Oh, yes, it does.
Bro,
Clowning
I'll
him.
just find a way.
He said, "I'll just find a way." He's telling them, "I can't swim. I'll just find a way." They clowning him, talking about his dad in prison, his mama looking for him. He's a effing retard. They on the opposite side of the lake looking at this black boy standing in the lake by himself with a life jacket on. And he's telling these devils that he can't swim. What you think would have happened if that white family didn't float by and assist this brother? What y'all think would have happened? Because he can't swim. You can tell that he's terrified. He don't know how to swim. And these supposed to be his so-called friends, right? His so-called friends. Shout out to Hines with the $5 cash out. Thank you so much, Nikki. Thank you so much for the $5 cash out. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. But family, what you think would have happened if this family would have never showed up and it would have got late in the evening and everybody left the lake?
Hey. Yeah, they think I'm about to.
And they doing monkey sounds. Did you guys catch that? They are doing monkey sounds.
Yes, it does.
Bro, I'll just find a way. Hey. Yeah, they think I'm about
They
to.
doing monkey sounds.
Bro, you have a life jacket.
You got a life jacket.
I'm standing right now.
So I can just like hold on to the back of
Bro, look at this, bro. This is,
Yeah, I might drown.
that family saved his life.
I'm gonna try to get over there.
You're not gonna drown. I promise you won't drown.
There you go.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Hey,
What's your
Oh,
name?
my name is Marquise.
Marquise.
Everybody calls me LeVar because I go to like Denellen.
are you okay?
He sound like a
Are
good
you
kid.
okay? Are you okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was okay getting over here. And they think I'm about to swim back. I can't.
He said, "I got it. I'm okay getting over here," but they think I'm about to swim back. Salute to Ayana with the $5 super chat. These races would not keep unaliving our boys and men without a fight. Again, they are living in the wrong era. Justice for Nolan and Karmelo. You are absolutely correct. And I stand 10 toes down with you, Ayana. We're not allowing these people to slide with this shit. Our voices are too strong. We are more powerful than ever right now, family. We are more powerful than ever right now. The unity that we got right now with one another, it terrifies the mainstream media. That's why they got to get on their platforms, these big platforms, and talk about Karmelo Anthony supporters. Y'all make everything about races because they over here watching us. They see how on code that we is. They see that we calling out the BS. They see that we standing on business. Shout out to that sister in Florida that got rid of that race soldier that tried to run up on her. We're not playing no games. We're not waiting. We're not second guessing. We're not trying to figure out what you're about to do to me. We're not finna, like these Sambos said yesterday on the live stream, you should just walk away. You should just fight. You dealing with people like this. They took this boy out there to harm him. This wasn't no accident. This wasn't no accident of leaving him on the other side of the ocean knowing that he can swim. We know if our friends can swim or not. So this wasn't an accident. This wasn't an accident. All I got to say is eye for an eye. I'm done talking.
He can swim.
Doing a good job right now.
Probably not voting on this. And it's my first time here?
It's your first
First time?
First time here.
Yeah.
How'd you get over here?
Yeah, what
They made me
happened?
take that way over there, and they had 2 life jackets on me.
I'm glad we ran into you.
You fucking pussy.
I'm never coming back with y'all.
They said, you effing pussy, laughing at him, joking at him, just clowning him. Like his life was literally in danger, and they don't even care. They just kept laughing, kept clowning him, calling him out his name, making monkey sounds. But I'm telling you, that's what these black token friends have to do to hang around this all-white group. They have to get called a monkey. They got to get disrespected, get called an N-word, get slapped up, really get taken advantage of, used as guinea pigs, all to be accepted with a group of people who don't give a F about you. If they didn't come save this boy and his body wind up floating inside of the lake because he tried to swim back over to shore and he said that he can't swim, what you think that those boys that's over there talking about his dad in prison, calling him a monkey, calling him a retard, calling him a pussy, do you think they would have said anything about the last time they seen this boy or had eyes on him? And we supposed to think that those 3 white boys that was with Nolan don't know shit? Really? Y'all really believe those boys didn't know shit?
Yo, we told you if you were coming, we had a life jacket.
A life
makes you
jacket.
float.
Saved it for a big kid. This for a little kid.
That's scary though if you're not used to water.
Yeah.
She said that's scary though if you're not used to water.
Yeah. Spring water's different.
It's a lot different, you know, when
We're almost there. Ooh, the wind. I know, it's really strong. And there's a current. You're welcome.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm never coming back with y'all.
Look at them. Look at the fat white boy in the back. Look at him. Just look at him. If that was their friend, they would have went over there and got him and brought him back to shore. Just like Ayana said, your friends are not going to ask you to do anything that they know that you're afraid of. Exactly. Why would I tell my friend to go jump in the lake if he don't know how to swim? Why would I tell my friend to take a substance and I never took it? We don't know nothing about it. We out here in the lake, ain't nobody around. Thank God that this family rescued him because those white boys just would have been over there just clowning him. But that's y'all friend.
I don't know what to say.
man, fuck his friends are fucking assholes.
She said their friends are
I would
assholes.
never do that, bro. You don't do that, like.
I would never do that to anybody.
Thank you to this family, right? They said they would never do that to nobody. Disgusting. Fucking disgusting. And I want you guys, I don't know if you guys heard about this incident. Exactly. They helped Nolan. So what happened? I don't know. It's so many unanswered. Like, we don't have no answers about nothing right now. We don't got no answers. This guy right here, black man family demands answers after he unalived doing trip with white friends. My nephew, Gerard J. Jackson, went missing June 29th and was found dead June 30th. The details surrounding his death are raising suspicions. Here's his story so far. He was such a good, sweet, gentle soul. Jay went to a festival with a group of his friends. He rented a SUV, and drove everyone to the festival. These are his friends. Yeah, where the hell Katie at? That's what I want to know. Where is Katie? Look at who Jay with in this situation. There he go with all these white people, right? Friends contacted his mom June 29th, said that he went missing and he was having a mental crisis. This is what his best friend posted. Let it be known, Jay has never had any mental issues, never attempted to harm himself ever. Yeah, these the cases that happen on the daily, family. Black people just wind up missing. Don't nobody got no answers. But I seen this post right here on X, family. It says, if 3 black boys went on a boating trip, came back without their white friends and said they had no idea where he was, but they had his cell phone, there was evidence they were arguing and they deleted all of their social media, they wouldn't be arrested. They would have been arrested already. Look at this, family. Just imagine Lambos in the white mainstream media would be saying right now, right? They won't be trying to attack us, calling us, oh, y'all trying to raise bait. Y'all trying to make this about race. Y'all need to calm down and wait to figure out what's about to happen. They won't be saying none of that. But just imagine if it was like this. 3 black boys, 1 white friend. They went to a boating trip, come back without the white boy. Hey, where he at? Hey. Where Peter go? Black people like, oh, shit, I don't know. We got his phone, though, but we don't know where he at. But here's his phone. How y'all get his phone? I don't know. He just left it in the boat. He just left it in the boat. Where did he go? When the last time have you seen him? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Just imagine somebody saying some dumbass shit like that. These 3 black men would be already in jail. It would be no questions asked. Just like the Karmelo Anthony situation. If it was reversed, if 2 black boys walked up on a white boy sitting in the bleacher minding his business, not bothering nobody, and they talk crazy to him, put his hands on him, trying to jump him, and the white boy stabbed one of them, they'll be saying that's self-defense. Black people are violent. What Steven Crowder said, black people are 30 times more likely to do this. But when we call it out, we making everything about race. No, we standing on business about our people. And you ain't finna fucking play with us. You ain't finna play in our face like we stupid. The game, the playing games with us, that time is over with. We're not dealing with this shit. I don't know who the hell y'all think. Family, these people really think we stupid. But just imagine if this picture right here was going viral. What would the narratives be right now, family, if this picture was going viral? Because I'm gonna show you, right? I want you to listen to one of these Sambos and listen to them, because there's a lot of them out here saying the same shit. I want you to listen to what the Sambo's saying about this. And I want you to keep in mind that picture that I just sent you if it was reversed. Listen to this clown.
Why everything gotta be racist? Everybody tagging me. Oh, what you gonna say about Nolan Wells? Nolan Wells. Black guy who got on a boat with 3 white kids and then apparently he died. Okay, and nobody knows what happened. They're doing the autopsy now. We're gonna figure it out. Relax. For all we know, he could have slipped and fell out the boat, drowned. You know?
Okay, if he did that, idiot, why the friends ain't say that? If it was just a slip out the boat and fell, they would have told us that. They haven't said anything. Stupid.
We got a reputation, don't you? If I had to guess, it was probably an accident. And if it wasn't an accident, then he probably just did something stupid. You know, he pissed somebody off.
Look at him.
Probably tried to sleep with somebody's girl. You get killed for that.
Wow.
I'm not saying it's right.
Wow, look at this.
But you got to know who you hanging out with. Some people don't play that.
Wow.
Okay, you're not going to catch me on a boat with 3 Muslims, all right? I know better. You might not even catch me on a boat with 3 blacks. I'd much rather be with Brad, Chad, and Johnny than Rayshawn, Tyrese, and Terrell.
This is a Sambo right here, family, and it's very clearly, right? He's blaming Nolan for his own death, just making up, you know, the stereotypes that they like to see, that they like to say. No facts, no nothing, but he have to tap dance for the audience that he's trying to, you know, garner. Talking about that he might have slept with somebody, he slipped and fall out the boat. What type of shit is this? Talking about he'll rather be around white people than black people.
Probably knew he was a little troublemaker and he went and hang out with the wrong kids. You mess with the wrong people. If that's what happened, if they murdered you. If they did do that, is it right? Absolutely not.
So you saying that if they unalived him, he hung out with the wrong people, but you're not gonna call them out. But you just said that you'll hang around Billy Bob them, but not Tyrone them. These people right here, bro. I'm not gonna say nothing. It's YouTube. This YouTube.
You know, you don't just kill people. But this is a difficult case. We don't know anything. Still doing an autopsy.
Yeah.
This ain't as easy as kill Mello Anthony. That was obvious. I mean, you blacks still try to defend him.
Look at him.
I'm not gonna do that.
Look at him tap dancing.
If one of them kids killed Nolan Wells, we're gonna stand on that. We're gonna say, hey man, that ain't right.
No, you're not.
We know how to be objective and be realistic.
No, you don't.
You liberals, on the other hand, y'all like to just be delusional and disingenuous. Know your surroundings. Know who you're hanging out with. You gotta know when to hold.
Bro, this a mental illness right here, family. All this shucking and driving that they be doing for white validation. And if he was on that boat and they found his body in the ocean, he would want us to be on here advocating for him. He won't want us online saying that, oh, you should be making sure that, you know, I'd rather hang around the white folks than Tyrone them. We don't know nothing. I probably slipped in. That's what you want us to say? If you was on that boat that you just slipped up and fell and they came back and they ain't even tell what happened to him? Oh, my God, bro.
Water.
And they hired Ben Crump on this case. Ben Crump tweeted, we've been retained by the family of Nolan Wells, a beloved son, teammate, and friend who went out to celebrate the 4th of July, never came back home. The wide receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College was preparing to return for the upcoming football season. Would have turned 19 next month. His family deserve answers, absolutely. They deserve the truth. We will not rest until every fact about this, what happened to Nolan on Horn Island, is brought into the light. We call on investigators to pursue this case with the urgency and transparency this family deserves. Salute to Successful for the $2 super chat. I get so tired of these so-called conservative tribes. This is what they have to do to be accepted. I told you guys, in order to be accepted by the conservative movement, And if you want to be successful, right, you want to I'm talking about the ones that want to make a name for yourself, not just you a black conservative and you just, living your life. I'm talking about the ones that they're trying to make a name on social media. You have to read out a transcript. You got to sell your soul. You got to look stupid on social media. You got to say dumb shit that don't make no sense. You got to spread a bunch of lies. You got to go on the internet and find a bunch of black degenerate porn and say, hey, look, this is black people every single day. Black people don't know how to act. Black people fight everywhere they go. And you got to continue to do that. But it's hard for these upcoming Sambos, right? Because the Nick Fuentes, the Jake Lanes, the Chud the Builders, they already got the platforms. They don't really care about the Sambos no more. So it's hard for them to make a name for themselves. That's why you see them out here saying so much dumb shit, because the white racist people are already saying the black fatigue shit out loud. So when they see the Sambos saying black fatigue, it's not really hitting. They can't really garner an audience anymore. That opportunity of getting 1 million subscribers by saying black fatigue, that window have been closed. It's gone. So that's why they got to get on the internet and say a bunch of dumb shit. We got 300 viewers in the building. Salute to you guys. Salute to the family. Salute to the chat. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Become a channel member. Support the work that we got going on over here, family. Salute to you guys. I appreciate you guys for being with me on this evening. Salute to Successful MD coming back with a $2 super chat. The only thing they conserve on is inequality, trash, facts, and bootlicking. So I want to play you guys this, right? So the latest news with our dear brother Karmelo Anthony. Thank you so much again, Successful MD, for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate that. Karmelo Anthony's team have filed a motion to remove Judge Roach from the case, and they also filed for a retrial and an appeal, because I'm not gonna lie, Karmelo Anthony's team, they've been putting in work. They've been working, family. They've been working.
Hey, it's Mimi Brown, and I have new developments in the Karmelo Anthony case. His new appellate team, they filed for 2 major motions. The first asking for a new trial. The second asking for the judge in the case, Judge John Roach, to step aside. His defense argues that recent comments that the judge made during a television interview with the outlet WFAA, they argue that he cannot be impartial, and they're asking that he be removed from the case altogether. Now, here is a snippet of some of that interview.
Did the jury get it right?
Yeah, they did. You know why? Because they were picked based upon the law. They listened to the facts that happened here in this very courtroom, and they got a verdict.
There's going to be a lot of scrutiny over voir dire, and you denied the defense and the dismissing of 3 jurors who at least identified as African American on their bio forms. What did you make of that moment? I'm sorry, the defense raised an objection.
They raised an objection, yeah. Like I told you before, as long as I follow the law, I sleep well at night. And I'm telling you, I follow the law in that case. Did I know what the perception was going to be? Sure. I knew in the back of my mind what the perception was going to be. But I'm not here to satisfy perceptions. I'm not here to satisfy agendas. I'm not here to do any of those things. I'm here to follow the law. And I did it to a T. And I'm proud of that. The case that we tried here in Collin County was a well-oiled machine. I mean, Collin County, it should be the model for high-profile cases from here on out. One thing that does worry me a little bit is people go, oh, this was a 5-day case with the evidence. A 5-day case, it must have been cut and dry. I don't know if that's true or not. It was 5 days because I wasn't wasting anybody's time. Community needed to heal quickly. They needed this case over one way or another.
So this guy said this case had to be over one way or another, and this had to happen quickly. So he rushed this case. See, this is how you know we are going to win this appeal, and we will be granted a retrial, because this idiot sat down and did a whole interview making himself look like that he compromised this whole entire case. Talking about the jury, they got it right. Why would you should have an opinion on whether they got it right or not. So what verdict did you see the jury got it wrong? No judge should be coming out here and saying, yeah, the jury got it right. That's not up to you to decide that. And talking about some, yeah, we had to hurry up and get rid of this case so the community can heal. Heal from what?
It's had to be fair first. And so we're very, very proud of our county, all of our employees, all of our elected officials, all of our judges, everybody in getting this case tried quickly because our community needed it to heal.
So yes, part of the motion that his appellate attorneys filed focuses on that interview, or some of that interview that you just heard. They are arguing that while Karmelo was still within his right to file an appeal, the judge was doing an unprecedented interview with a television network. And lastly, a lot of people have been asking me how you can help. Well, if you want to help, there is the Color of Change petition. That's the way that I know right now. So just go to Google, search Color of Change petition. It should come up, and just add your name to the signature line. Hey, it's me.
Yeah, I gotta find it. Let's go to Judge Roach. Let's go to Judge Roach interview. Hold on. Let's go to his interview. Cause I want to watch. We need to watch this because Judge Roach. I really want to thank him for doing that interview. Right? Because he fucked up doing that interview. I hope they didn't delete it. Okay, the interview's still up. Let me see. Which one is it? Is it this one? Okay, this the full interview. Right?
Sometime.
Yep, I've been on the bench.
Let's watch this interview, family.
Your name and how you spell it.
My name is John Roach, John Roach.
Now, I know the answers to that. I know the answer to that question, but I got to ask it for the record.
100%.
You've been on the bench for some time.
Yep, I've been on the bench for about 20 years.
20 years, and this is the end.
And then 6 months will be in the end.
Did you want to take on this trial?
I wanted the Collin County Judiciary to take on this trial. It was important to me to have somebody from Collin County preside over this Collin County case. So I didn't ask for it. No one. That's not how it works anyway. Yeah. I didn't ask for it, but I was certainly willing to do it because that was my duty.
In your conversations with, I guess it's an administrative judge who goes, I know they go down the list and they say, all right, it's your turn and it's your turn. As they go through all the conflicts of judges that may potential conflicts, when they come and say, John, this may be yours, your first reaction is?
I'll take it.
Salute to the, hold on. To the Tory experience. For the $2 super chat, there is an affidavit published by Mike Brown. Salute to successful MD. The judge shouldn't influence a jury based on trial. Exactly. Salute to you guys for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that.
Every time. I think it's my job. It's my duty. That's what I was elected to do. Yeah. That's the oath that I took, and I'm going to do my job.
No consultation with your family? Or?
No.
Oh, y'all signed it already?
And where does that come from?
I don't know. I think it's just duty. I think duty, whether that's duty in the Marine Corps or just duty to my family and stuff, I take duty really seriously. And I took this job to perform that duty. And if that's what I had to do, that's what I have to do.
Did you fully at the time grasp the enormity of that decision and the outside stuff?
I don't know. I think in some ways I did. I think in other ways I didn't. I certainly knew it was a very, very important case within our community. I didn't think I realized the enormity of the social media and the media during the trial.
How long have you been prepping for this trial?
I've been prepping for this trial with the departments, with the Collin County system, with the sheriff's office, and everybody for about 8 months.
Is that the longest you've ever had to prep?
100%.
Why?
Logistics. One of the critical pieces of this case where we had minors who were testifying. Prior to me getting the case, we had some of those witnesses doxxed and swatted and revealed on social media. I didn't want that to add to the already traumatic event they've been through. And I didn't want them to change their testimony or be uncooperative with.
But they did change their testimony, Judge, multiple times. They was very inconsistent with their testimonies during this trial, and you knew that. And you wanted this case because they already gave you the heads up that you need to throw this case. And you need to railroad Karmelo Anthony. But you will be the reason, Judge Roach, that we will get a retrial. Karmelo Anthony will come home thanks to you. Because you want to bring your happy ass out here, sit down and do an interview like you somebody special. Like somebody wanted to hear from you. Who asked for an interview from you, Judge Roach? Nobody. You wanted to come out here and try to save face. You wanted to come out here and try to clean up your image. Like, yeah, I followed the law. I did everything to the T. I made sure there was private. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You railroaded Karmelo Anthony. You set him up. That's why you are retiring at the end of the year. You're not going up for an election. But we coming for you, Judge Roach. You will get disbarred. You're not finna run away off in the sunset after what you did to our brother Karmelo Anthony. Are you out your mind, sir? With your dog face looking ass.
People trying to call him as witness out of fear. And so my number one duty at that point in time getting the case was to how do we protect those minors who are critical to this case to come and testify.
I'm sure you've already read and know that one of your fellow judges has already been doxxed and swatted and all the things.
I did know that.
And still no reluctance from wanting to take it on.
None.
Yeah. The decision to not have cameras or any kind of streaming, was that an easy one?
Yes, it was an easy decision, and I'll tell you why. My primary goal in any case is to make sure that the defendant and the prosecution gets a fair trial.
No, period. You didn't. We didn't get a fair trial. There wasn't a reason why you didn't allow cameras in that courtroom. Stop the cap. You didn't want us to see what you had going on in that case, and you didn't want us to see Karmelo Anthony's defense team didn't put in no fucking effort. And also the prosecutors, and we seen those children on their stand lying. Because Judge Roach, what you got to say about the DA and the prosecutor settling with the city of Collin County of $1.9 million of sexual harassment in their office? They didn't even take it to court. They did a press conference talking about they're innocent, this not true, but they settled. Collin County, how y'all feel about that? Your tax dollars went to 6 women that were sexually harassed by the DA and the prosecutor in Karmelo Anthony's case. Nobody got nothing to say about that. Nothing. And y'all think that this wasn't a setup? They told Judge Roach to come out here and do an interview. Judge Roach did plenty of murder cases. There was no point in sitting down and telling us about what you did right in this case. If you did right, why are you trying to convince us that you did right? If you followed the law, Judge Roach, why are you trying to convince us that you followed the law and you had everything by the books? Judge Roach, you know that we creeping on you, sir. I know you at home getting ready to run off in the sunset with your retirement, but listen to me. It's not going to go out. You're not going out in the way that you think. I just want you to know that.
I have seen from other cases around the country where cameras in the courtroom changed the way that the judge acted, the lawyers acted, some of the witnesses acted, and we were not going to have that here. We were going to
smash
really
that like button, family. We got almost 400 viewers in the building. Salute to the family. Salute to my channel members. Salute to the chat. Salute to the trolls in the building. I knew you crybaby incels was going to make it in here sooner or later. Salute to you guys while the trolls coming in here. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Simple as that. Smash that like button. Send a super chat. I see Unknown Soldier in the chat trolling. You got 30 seconds to send in a $100 super chat or you about to get blocked. You got 25 seconds now to send a $100 super chat or you're about to get blocked. But everybody else, enjoy the show.
The purpose for which we were here for, which is to have that fair trial, and cameras in the courtroom did not enter into that equation at all.
How much grief did you get from people around you about that decision?
I don't know. I don't listen to it.
Yes, you do. You do listen to it.
I just flat don't listen to what's going on the outside. I do what I think is right.
Oh my!
No matter what decision that is.
He lied.
And I sleep well at night knowing if I follow the law, then everything works out like it's supposed to. And
yeah, so we know what type of law.
These outside influences, all the noise from the outside, I really isolated myself from that in this case and in all cases, and just do my job, do the best I can, following the law.
Who are you trying to convince here, Judge Roach? I can see right through your devilish soul, sir. You didn't follow the law. That guilt that you are witnessing right now, that feeling that you are feeling during this interview, Judge Roach, This is going to eat you up for the rest of your life. That's why you no longer want to sit as a judge anymore, because this was too much to bury. You can't even focus on doing other cases because you knew what you did to our brother Karmelo Anthony. You wasn't following the law. You railroaded Karmelo Anthony. And you didn't want us to see it. But your time is coming. Your time is coming. I promise you that, Judge Roach. Your time is coming. We ain't forgot about you. I know you think you slick. You did this and that. Because you sit here trying to convince us that you did such a good job. We didn't ask for you to say this. We was coming for you anyway. But again, you had nothing to say about that $1.9 million lawsuit that your DA and prosecutors paid out to those 6 victims. And you also is on a, you know what, I'm not even going to say that on YouTube.
How do you think we're talking with the attorneys, other attorneys outside of this. How do you think they describe it?
Yeah, I'm waiting on that $100 super chat. Yeah, bring that super chat in. Oh, yeah, let me go and get you up out of here. Let me go and get you up out of here, unknown soldier. Yeah, you about to roll, brother. I told you had 30 seconds. I told y'all trolls, when y'all come in here, you got a super chat. You got to pay to be around this black excellence. You got to pay. Simple as that.
Strict, no nonsense.
Exactly, Miss Mayor. I'm glad you said that. I have no obligation to feed social media, all while doing a damn interview. He don't listen to the outside noise. Sure you do, bro. You human just like the rest of us. What makes you so special that you don't know what's going on out here in society? These judges and these attorneys act like they don't know nothing. They're oblivious to everything that's going. I don't listen to nothing. I don't get frustrated. Don't nothing affect me. Stop the cap, dude. Stop the cap. The outside noise did affect you. And you seen you did such a piss poor job with this trial. That's why you came and did an interview to try to convince us that you followed the law. Okay, Judge Roach, we ain't say you. Okay. Who told you to do this? Judge Roach, you held court on a Saturday talking about you wanted to hurry up and have a speedy trial so that Collin County can heal. Heal from what? But you, at the same time, you said that Karmelo Anthony deserved a fair trial. Why would you rush to his trial? 5 days? You gave him a verdict and a sentence on the same day? You wanted to hurry up and railroad this, but you made a lot of mistakes, Judge Roach. That's why you did this interview. But thank you, Judge Roach. Thank you so much for this interview. I appreciate you. Salute to the family. Salute to the chat. Make sure you guys smash that smash that like button.
Fair, and that to me is the most important part. I know for a fact when I make a decision here, people are unhappy. What I hope is when they walk out the door that they think they got a fair trial, or a fair hearing, or fair something. And if they do that, no matter what they think about me personally, then I've succeeded.
And you're okay with any of those characterizations?
I think they're fair.
Yeah.
He know.
I hate to have to ask about stuff that emerges on social media, but I have to ask it. And
salute to Successful D for the $5 super chat. Please note that he said he does what he feels is right. Good point. That is justice. And he's basically inserting himself as a juror and was overly invested. Liar. You fucking liar, Judge Roach. This has nothing to do with your feelings, sir. You talking about the law here. You talking about your feelings. I feel like I done the right thing. I feel like, salute to you, Successful MD. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. And good point. I'm glad you pointed that out, MD. This dude talking about his feelings instead of the law. Salute to Eyes Open becoming a top 3 elite channel member. Thank you so much for that, Eyes Open. You are the GOAT. I appreciate you so much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This coward talking about his feelings, and now dear brother Karmelo Anthony, life was on a damn line. I just want to fucking boy, Judge Roach. Let me go and play it before I say something.
You don't know of any of it because you're not on social medias.
I'm on it. I mean,
see,
I'm an elected official, so I have a Facebook page and stuff. Do I look at it? Do I monitor it? Do I let it impact me? None.
Yes, you do. Oh, he a fucking
So
robot.
Ask, do you have a personal relationship with the Metcalfs?
I wouldn't know Mr. Metcalf prior to this trial if he walked up to me and said hello.
He lying.
I don't know the Metcalfs.
Look at him, bro. Look at this
I
devil.
sympathize with the Metcalfs and what they've been through and all, but I don't know them personally. Never have.
So these AI images emerging of you and them at a party or drinking together, all
Never
of that.
happened. And that's the problem with social media, isn't it? You can't tell what's true and what's not true. I will tell you, I got some reports of some things that were coming out of this courtroom, and I wondered to myself, were they even in the same courtroom that I was? It's that bad, and I think that's tragic, because I think really if you just listen to the case based upon the facts, you'd understand it so much better.
See, listen to me. I have to shout out Karmelo Anthony's defense team right now, because they putting belt to ass to Collin County right now and Judge Roach. I'm telling you, family, Judge Roach is in hiding right now. Judge Roach want no smoke with Karmelo Anthony defense. He got 6 high-power attorneys, and all of them are doing different things. They all over the place. You got the point guard, you got your center, you got your power forward, you got your shooting guard, you got your small forward. They all over the place, and they hitting Collin County from different ways. Lawsuits. That's why Ben Crump is on the case. And Judge Roach, I know he looking at this shit like, why in the hell did I do this interview? Why did I come on here and try to convince people that I follow the law and I'm the damn judge? I didn't hear Diddy, the lawyer that convicted Diddy. I didn't hear that judge do a goddamn interview. I didn't hear the judge and all the rest of these high-powered cases come out and sit down and do an interview like they just won a goddamn Super Bowl. Who requested this interview? We didn't request this. We was coming for you anyway, Judge Roach. We coming for everybody that participated and had hands in railroading Karmelo Anthony. Everybody.
Do you think it reinforced your decision to not have cameras or?
We got 500 viewers in the building. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. Salute to the chat. Salute to my channel members. I appreciate you guys. Family, smash that like button. Let's get 500 likes, family. Let's push this out there in the algorithm. They have to hear us. They can't run away from this smoke. No. You can't go running anymore, Judge Roach. You're cooked, sir. I can see right through you. You a devil. Yes, sir. That's what you is. And you thought because you had a speedy trial, you had it in 5 days, you even held court on the weekends, and you thought you were just going to sweep this under the rug and black people was going to forget about Karmelo Anthony. No, we still here. That attorney team, they on your ass. Woo, they on your ass, boy.
Streaming inside this?
Sort of. I will tell you this. Sometimes I think maybe I should have at least the audio streamed or something so people could hear it.
Oh, now
but
he
at the end of the day,
it.
I don't think, no matter what, people are going to distort whatever happens or whatever they hear into their own agenda. And so what's the point? And again, that noise affects people. It affects the fairness of the trial, the safety of the witnesses, the safety of the jury. And those are my primary concerns, not what social media says.
So the safety of the people in the court was your only concern. That's what you telling me, Judge Roach. The safety. When we seen countless trials that was bigger than this trial, live stream. So you can miss us with that. You try to worry about the safety. No, you didn't want us to see what y'all was doing in that courtroom. Family, did y'all know that he closed the entire courthouse for this case right here? Karmelo Anthony was so important that Judge Roach requested that all cases in that courthouse has to be closed during those 5 days? Can nobody else handle their business? Now he's saying, I wish I would have had some audio streaming there, but I wanted to protect the witnesses. No, you didn't. No, you wanted to keep us out of there so we can see all the bullshit that y'all was doing. She said, make fun of his forehead. My God, that goddamn forehead. Gee, he might as well just go on, come on this side and shave the rest of that shit off. That shit, Roach, shave that off, sir. You don't have a, like, stop it. Your hairline is in the middle of your head, sir. How you sit up here with a hairline in the middle of your goddamn head?
And it's not my duty. I don't think it's my job to feed social media or the media.
It's not your job to feed social media or the media. What you doing now? You fucking idiot. What you think you doing now? Fool? Feeding the media.
I certainly understand the role that media plays in a case like this, but I'm not here to feed it. And I took that very, very seriously.
But Judge, when people don't have access to the trial or the courtroom, doesn't it invite speculation?
Well, sort of, but I got 70 seats in my courtroom, and I had 200 requests by the media to sit in the courtroom. So let's say if I just entertain the press, then I have nobody from the public watching what's going on in their county. And so I had to do a balance between the media's right to know and to be able to report what's going on, because I think that's extraordinarily important. I think it's important that the general public had access to the courtroom and to see what was going on. And so I tried to balance all those things with the primary, again, purpose of having a fair trial. And I think I struck that balance pretty well.
But the media's right to know is the public's right to know. Is the public's access. We are the extension of that public.
Exactly.
I think somebody from the public who wanted to come watch a trial and know that they were excluded from the trial.
Salute to FBA Boss Man with the $7 super chat. A great time to be black. Absolutely, bro. Abso-fucking-lutely. An amazing time to be black. Look at all this black love over here. Look at all this black excellence over here. We a threat, family. I want y'all to know that. We a threat. When we walk up in the building, we a threat. When we show up like this on black media, when we out here conversing like this, uniting, building, we a threat. They know we a threat. That's why they trying to hide all the evidence. They trying to be real secretive. They want us to be quiet about things. They want to shame us, call us race baiters, call us all type of names. That's not going to work. The family is too strong right now. The momentum is strong. Salute to you, FBA Boss Man, with the $7 super chat. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much for that. Bro.
Because all the media was there, I beg to differ.
Do you think there was a possibility for a learning experience? I mean, people do not know about how trial works. Do you think that this may have been an opportunity for people to know how it truly works, and that kind of erases some of the negative notions of court and trial?
I'm doing
and
this
justice.
interview with you to make sure that people understand how the system works.
No, we don't need you to sit down and do an interview so we can understand how the system works. Who you trying to fool here? Talking about I'm sitting down on the interview so I can show y'all how the system works. No, you show us in the courtroom how it's work in real time. Not sitting down telling us whatever you want. A bunch of Judge Roach, all you doing is lying right now. We see straight through you, dude. You're not fooling anyone. You don't teach nobody about a trial by talking about it. Yeah, I'm going to teach you how to be a lawyer by talking about it, not going in the courtroom and actually trying to defend cases. Yeah, I'm going to teach you about fishing, but I'm not going to take you out there on the lake and teach you how to fish. You see how stupid these people is? Like, I got a low tolerance for stupidity. That's why I can't do debates. And he's really insulting my intelligence, family. They think we stupid. And that's why I get so fucking angry. Because they really think black people is dumb. They know we're not dumb, but they try to play us like we dumb. just say a bunch of bullshit. Like we something like what? I sat down and did this interview so I can tell you how the fucking trial went. Nigga, who?
If they really wanted to, and I mean this seriously, if they wanted to, they could have stood in line with everybody else and had the 27 to 32 public seats that we had in this courtroom that we rotated every day. And so was that important to them? They could have made it in here.
Wow. How did you plan for some of the outside noise?
Well, we were certainly playing with the sheriff's office. And
salute to Eyes Open with the $10 super chat. When people like this joker walk in darkness and confusion, they don't realize that people who can see truth can hear, discern, and see through their lies. Judge Rose, we can see right through you. Clear as day. Like, your lies is insulting to us. And you really believe that we falling for this. You really believe that the reason why you didn't want us to see this trial because the safety of the people? You really believe that Karmelo had a fair trial? You agreed with the jury that they got it right because of your feelings? Really? This is disrespectful. Thank you so much, Eyes Open, for the $10 super chat. You was spot on with that. Spot the fuck on. Like, we literally see through. We sit here listening to you, Judge Roach, lie in our face. And it's just another day at the office to you. Yeah, I'm going to sit down and just tell all the people that's all Karmelo Anthony supporters that I did the right thing. I followed the law, say a bunch of babble, and then just go on about my day and I'm finna retire. Dude, you're not even old enough to retire. Why are you retiring? You only worked 20 years. What's the point of you retiring? You knew you fucked up. You knew you fucked up.
The McKinney Police Department and the Allen Police Department and the Frisco Police Department. So those were talks that we're having 8 months before the trial to ensure the safety of the people out in the parking lots. They certainly had a right to demonstrate and all, and I think we struck a very, very good balance that allowed them to do that, at the same time maintaining safety of everybody involved.
Did it affect your day-to-day decisions?
It didn't. Actually, I didn't. I came in from a different entrance from the courthouse. I didn't come in through the front. I couldn't hear any noise at all from my office. The jurors were not facing the parking lot, so they didn't see anything or hear anything. And I think we did a marvelous job in isolating them and having them concentrate just on what was going on in this courtroom, which was my instruction from the very, very beginning.
What made this trial different?
I think it started off bad. And it started off bad with the doxing and the swatting of the judge and the parties, the witnesses, and all that stuff. So I think it started off bad, and I'm going to attribute that to social media. And I think social media got it wrong. And it is what it is. I think that's something we have to live with these days. But I think it's my responsibility and other judges' responsibility to make sure no matter what's going on in social media, that someone can walk in a courthouse and get a fair trial.
Fair trial.
Did it make it very different when you realized a lot of your witnesses are young witnesses?
No, look, I've been doing this for 20 years. A lot of the witnesses come in all shapes and sizes.
20 years, bro. You only been a judge for 20 years, bro. What are you retiring for? You act like you 80 years old. Where you running off to? What's the rush? 20 years and you calling the quicks. You about, what, early 60s or something? Late 50s, maybe? What you retiring for? Let me guess.
Colors and all that, and so that was normal for me. What wasn't normal for me is to have those witnesses be intimidated by things being said on social media, because those young people rely on social media more than I certainly do, and so that sure impacted me to make sure that they did not change their testimony.
They
They were
did.
willing to come in and tell the truth without fear of being doxxed or swatted and stuff. And so I took every precaution that I could, consistent with the law, to make that happen.
I know Steve brought it up to you, and I know that both sides probably brought it up as well. The AI images of people claiming to be inside this courtroom.
Yeah, that ticked me off a little bit, because if you're going to call yourself the press, then and people are going to depend on you to tell them what's going on in this courtroom, you should be telling the truth. And so Mr. Stoller, my public information officer, brought it to my attention that some news outlets were posting photos saying from inside the courtroom. And it wasn't my courtroom, it wasn't the witness, it wasn't their testimony, and that's tragic, because again, that just breeds the narrative that these people want to cultivate in our community to drive a wedge between us, and I think that's terrible.
Since we're on the topic of image, can we talk about some of the drawings of
Sure,
you during the sketch?
sure,
What do you think? What do you think?
My wife would show me a drawing every once in a while of a court case going on. I couldn't figure out who the judge was. And it's all serious. The sketch artist was awesome. She was very sweet. She was here every day.
Yeah. He did tell the jury to hurry up and get a verdict. Because their mind was already made up. Ain't no way they checked that. A 5-day trial. It took the jury less than an hour to come back with a verdict. And then some of the people that was inside the trial said that one of the jurors was crying. Y'all know why she was crying. Y'all know why she was crying. She was crying because that guilt was eating her up. That guilt was turning her soul up because she railroaded a young black child. Railroaded him because of her anti-black racism. And she was there for one reason and one reason only. Karmelo Anthony get found guilty no matter what. No matter if the witnesses' story's not consistent. No matter that the people didn't even bring the weapon into the trial. Graining video footage. The twin brother didn't testify, but he was right there. He was the first person that confronted Karmelo Anthony. But 15 people seen it. Oh, Karmelo Anthony got a jury of his peers.
Putting her life's work into those images, because we didn't have cameras in the courtroom. That's the only visual that anybody got. She did a marvelous job. I think I'm more handsome than what she portrayed.
Nigga, you ugly than a motherfucker, nigga. Talking about you handsome. Bro, you look like a dog.
Overall, but I'll let everybody else figure that out.
Did the jury get it right?
Yeah, they did. You know why? Because they were picked based upon the law.
Hey, JD, B8, you got 30 seconds to cash out $100 before you get up out of here. You got 30 seconds to cash out $100. You finna get up out of here. Time ticking.
They listen to the facts. That happened here in this. I think I'm more handsome than what she portrayed overall, but I'll let everybody else figure that out.
Did the jury get it right?
Yeah, they did.
See, he fucked up saying that right there. He fucked up saying that. He should never gave an opinion on whether the jury got it right or not. Why would you give an opinion on whether the jury? That's not up to you. You didn't give the guilty plea. This is what I'm not understanding. Why would you say the jury got it right? This right here is going to grant Karmelo Anthony his retrial. Judge Roach will be kicked off this case because he had no business sitting on this interview. Yeah, your time up. You got to roll now. Get you up out of here. I told you, you got to pay to be around us. If you want to be around us, you got to pay. No more freebie. Listen to him, family. He believed the jury got it right. Have he ever said this about any other? The follow-up question should have been, when have a jury got it wrong, in your opinion? Think about you hearing a judge say, yeah, the jury got it wrong. Nigga, what?
You know why? Because they were picked based upon the law.
Salute to Glam Goddess with the $10 super chat. She's dying laughing. Me too. Salute to you for the $10 super chat. Appreciate you.
They listened to the facts that happened here in this very courtroom, and they got a verdict. And so that's the process. And whatever they say, they get it right.
Oh, they got it right.
There's going to be a lot of scrutiny over voir dire.
Okay, they got it right.
You excused, you denied the defense and the dismissing of 3 jurors who at least identified as African American on their bioforms. What did you make of that moment?
Well, that's not exactly how it works. The defense didn't dismiss them.
I'm sorry, the defense raised an objection.
They raised an objection, yeah. They have raised an objection. Like I told you before, as long as I follow the law,
here you go with this law again.
Well at night, and
see, nobody said you didn't follow the law. Why you keep trying to convince us that you followed the law? Every time this dude asks him a question about what goes on in his court, as long as I follow the law, I sleep well at night. You're not sleeping well at night, dude. You a devil. You're not sleeping well at night. You tossing and turning. You like, yeah, they coming for me. They coming for me. Yeah, we coming, Judge Roach. Yeah, your ass is grass, brother.
Telling you, I followed the law in that case. Did I know what the perception was going to be? Sure. I knew in the back of my mind what the perception was going to be.
So he knew what the perception was going to be. So he said, fuck it anyway. I'm still going to do what I came here to do. But at the same time, he said he's not influenced by social media. He don't care nothing about the outside noise. Nothing affect him. But he knew what the perception was going to be. What perception? What was the perception going to be, Judge Roach? Enlighten us. Tell us. What was the perception going to be? That you what? Set Karmelo Anthony up? That you railroaded him? What you mean that you knew what the perception was going to be? You fucking idiot. I know Karmelo Anthony's team is having a field day with this interview. And when they take this interview to an independent judge, they're going to look at this like, why the fuck would he get on the interview and say that the jury got it right? It's like you wanted them to find Karmelo Anthony guilty by saying that, yeah, they got it right. How you know they got it right? Why would you say that they got it right? Based on what facts? You ain't mentioning no facts. You haven't even released the transcripts from the trial. You one stupid motherfucker.
I'm not here to satisfy perceptions. I'm not here to satisfy agendas. I'm not here to do any of those things. I'm here to follow the law.
No, you didn't.
And I did it to a T.
No, you didn't.
And I'm proud of that.
No, you're
very
not.
proud of that.
Is this your last big trial?
It's my last big trial.
His last big
the
trial.
sad part about it is, I will tell you before I leave at the end of the year, I'll try a couple more murder cases, for example.
Look at him. He about to go. He about to bounce. The parking lot
won't be full. The gallery won't be full.
He railroaded our brother Karmelo Anthony. He think he finna run off in the sunset. This is my last big trial. I'm about to bounce. I'm gone. Yeah, I'm gonna do a couple of more murder trials, railroad a couple of more black people, and yeah, I'm about to bounce. I'm about to get up out of here before y'all find out what I done did. Before everything come crashing down. Carmelo's Anthony legal team, they handling business right now. You're not about to get away with this, Judge Roach. I know you felt confident sitting here doing this interview with your chest and you sit back in the seat like, yeah, I follow the law. I follow the law. Okay, Mr. Follow the law. We gonna see about that. We gonna give it some time. We gonna allow the team to cook up. We gonna do our part by staying vocal, staying loud, calling you clowns out, doing the work, boots on the ground. This ain't about to end like you think it's about to end, Judge Roach. You really think you finna get away scot-free of what you did to our brother? You really think that, Judge Roach? You sitting there on this interview rubbing your feet together, twiggling your. You think you finna live a good life? You don't think that? Ain't no way you think
the case. But we still have somebody who's died and someone accused of doing the killing, and it won't draw the attention that this case did. And their death is no less tragic than the tragic death of the young man.
Smash that like
in
button,
this case.
family.
And
We
so,
got 500 viewers in the building. We need 530 likes. Salute to the family. Salute to the chat. Salute to my channel members. I appreciate you guys. Smash that like button. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever we go live and start cooking these clowns. Judge Roach. You got a rude awakening, brother. You got a rude awakening. Shit is about to come raining down on you, sir.
Big trial, I guess, from an outsider's perspective, and the social media and the media interest in the case. But crime still happens in Collin County, and every single person deserves to have as fair of a trial that Karmelo Anthony had.
What's your take on Karmelo Anthony?
I don't know.
Salute to FBA boss man coming in with the $5 super chat. Guilt equals pressure, and pressure can bust a pipe. The ancestors will do work on your honor on down. Who's involved? You heard the brother, Judge Roach. Yeah, that pressure that we giving y'all right now, it's real. It's real. Judge Roach know that pressure real. That's why he trying to get out of Dodge. He ducking and he hiding. Ducking and dodging everywhere. Let me go out with a bang. Salute to FBA boss man with the $5 super chat. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
I really don't know.
You've had a lot of defendants.
And
a lot of defendants in your courtroom.
No.
What's your take on Karmelo Anthony?
What's your take on Karmelo Anthony? Listen to this right here.
I don't know.
You don't know. You wish the Metcalf's family well, right? You gave your condolences to them. But when it comes to Karmelo Anthony, you don't know. Look at his smirk on his face. This is a devil look right here. He don't got no compassion for Karmelo Anthony. He don't see Karmelo Anthony as a victim. He don't believe that black people can defend themselves from those devils, right? He look at Karmelo Anthony like he look at every other black person. But he got an opinion on the jury getting it right. He got an opinion of everything that he was asked in his interview. But when the guy asked him, what you think about Karmelo Anthony? I don't know. Okay. Boy, you done pissed me off, Judge Roach. I ain't gonna lie. You pissing me the fuck off.
I really don't know.
You've had a lot of defendants in your courtroom.
I have had a lot of defendants in my courtroom. And I talked to Mr. Anthony a couple times because I'm legally required to go over some things with him. He seems like a nice young man who committed a crime. And he understands today, more than any day before today, the consequences of committing a crime like he did.
Last question.
Yes, sir.
The future of the justice system. What do you think about it when you realize you have all these social media influencers and citizen journalists?
I don't know. I
he
hope,
don't like it because we're exposing him.
That the judges that hear cases, period. I was about to say high-profile cases, but that's not it. It's just any case.
No, you were finna say high-profile cases because you did. This is why you're leaving. You said this is my last high-profile case, right? You railroaded Karmelo and you finna run off into the sunset. You said exactly what you were about to say, that all judges need to do this or do this about high-profile cases because that's all you care about. He said he wearing his Trump suit. Family, this a devil. Exactly, FBA boss man. That's what I was just finna say. I'm glad you brought that up. Technology is going to be the death of these folks and law enforcement. That's why they mad. Thank you for that, bro. See, technology is going to expose them. That's why they don't like technology. That's why he didn't want social media and live streaming in that trial. See, these judges don't understand that we got our own platform. We got our own detectives, right? We got our own journalists that do their background, that do the grass, there's boots on the ground. That's what you don't like. Social media, yeah, it's a gift and a curse at the same time. But when it comes to them, boy, they hate it. They hate it because we can find out so much information just by a click of a button. And Judge Rose do not like that. Salute to Patricia with the $10 super chat. GD, the Metcalf boys was arrested for spray painting racist graffiti. I saw that. We already know they, background and their violent criminal history, right? Why white mainstream media is trying to paint these boys like they just some angels, but we're not allowing y'all to do that. We pulling receipts. We exposing y'all. Austin Metcalf and Hunter Metcalf was some racist piece of shit. Austin Metcalf deserved everything that happened to him. They was not good boys. Thanks again, Patrice, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that. They deserve everything that happened to them. Because the white community is not going to hold them accountable. The Sambo's not going to hold them accountable. They're going to hold Karmelo Anthony accountable when he didn't bother nobody.
Realizes the importance of their job, and their job is to be fair to the state and to the defendant, and to protect the people that come before them and make just and right decisions based upon the law. And if we can do that, that's great. The influence of social media, I think, is going to continue to impact our communities everywhere, and I hope that we can rely upon our justice system to weed through the noise and find justice for everybody who comes through our doors.
This is a personal
salute to Glam Goddess with the $10 super chat that committed a crime as a black person. Exactly. Salute to you, Glam Goddess, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you.
Question I wanted to ask you.
Sure.
Do you understand why the legitimate media had to be a pain in your ass?
Legitimate media. There's this guy named Jobin who I think was probably the worst of all of them, and no, I didn't understand how he could be that way. Look, I absolutely understand the media's role in all this. I mean, it's the First Amendment for a reason. It is absolutely the First Amendment for a reason.
No, you don't like it. You don't like it.
But at the same time, a defendant has a right to a fair trial, and the prosecution has a right to a fair trial. That's also in the Constitution. And so you just have to balance all those interests. And I'll honestly say, I think I balanced it well. And I know I made people mad, but I'm not here to make them happy either. I hope that the Metcalfs think that their son...
He said, I know I made y'all mad. He's gloating in our face. He gaslighted us through this whole entire interview. And then he said, I know I pissed black people off. I know I made y'all mad. But I had to defend my people. My people come first. We created this white supremacist system for us, not to benefit you. Black kids can't be victims. Black children can't protect themselves from white devils like Austin and Hunter Metcalf that was raised on anti-black racism. Jeff Metcalf already exposed how they was being raised. And that's the reason why his son is in the dirt, dead. But Judge Roast gonna say, hey, I know I pissed y'all off. Okay, buddy. I want you to keep that same energy that you got in this interview. Keep it.
Got a fair trial in this courtroom, as do I hope that the Anthony family thinks their son got a fair trial in this courtroom.
Nigga, you really think that you really think we believe Karmelo got a fair trial? You fucking idiot. You know Karmelo ain't got no fair trial. That's why you did this interview. And again, Judge Roach, I thank you for this interview. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even mad you did this anymore. It's stupid. It's very dumb. It shows everything that we need to know about you. You feel guilty. You want to try to convince the public that you followed the law. You did everything right. You held a fair trial. You did this interview to try to convince us, the public. But you failed. This was a failed attempt. And try to make it seem like that you this perfect judge. You don't see color. You don't see race. Karmelo Anthony got a fair trial. You not influenced about or what's going on social media. Okay. Let the games begin, Judge Roach. Let the games begin. Salute to successful MD with the $2 super chat. Cameras would have exposed his biased behavior. And that's exactly the reason he didn't want no cameras in that courtroom. Successful MD. That's the exact reason why he didn't want us in that courtroom. He didn't want his bias to be exposed. The railroading of Karmelo Anthony being exposed. Salute to you, successful ND, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that. FBA boss man coming back with the $2 super chat. These times make me want to listen to old Ice Cube. If the police coming, don't get me started, boss man. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I'm trying to calm down. I ain't trying to get riled back up, but you about to get me riled back up, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because I'm on that type of time for real. I'm on that type of time. Salute to our sister out there in Florida, putting one of them devils in the dirt. That's the norm now. Because Judge Roach is clearly telling us that, hey, we ain't got no fighting chance in their justice system. You better get it out here in the streets. And that's what Karmelo Anthony did. That's what our sister did out there in Florida. She made sure that she got her street justice. Because if you waiting around thinking that Judge Roach going to be an honest, a fair judge and going to look at you as a victim, he's not. He's going to send you away for the rest of your life because he's a racist piece of shit with his dog face ass. Salute to you, boss man, with the $2 super chat. I appreciate that, bro.
I certainly think he did.
Did you feel the pressure of the other courts not being able to operate too?
Oh, this is a good one right here. Good question. Good question. You didn't feel no way about the rest of the courts that couldn't operate? Good question. Let's see Judge Roach gaslight us.
Of course, they're independent elected officials. They can operate if they want to.
Yeah, and some of them have.
They have.
Virtually. Yeah.
They have. We were trying to cut down on the sheriff's duty to transporting back and forth and stuff. And so I asked them if they could modify the way they are operating in court. They could go to Zoom like we did for a long time.
I got you. Hey, girl.
Pick days that we weren't here, like on that first Tuesday. But it's up to them. Okay. It helped a lot that they cooperated. And by the way, that's one of the messages that I don't think I've been saying enough, is what we did here was a well-oiled machine.
No, it wasn't.
I've never seen a case.
Do you want that on the record?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, we're rolling.
Okay. The case that we tried here in Collin County was a well-oiled machine. I mean, Collin County, it should be the model for high-profile cases from here on out.
Yeah, it should be the model of how you railroad black people, because he don't see black people as a victim. That's how you do it. You have a private trial, right? The public can't live stream it. We can't see the transcripts. They hold videos for over a year, and it's still not showing shit. But yeah, let's let the courts around the country be and look at Collin County as the representation of how you handle a swift trial.
And that's because we started 8 months ago, and I met with anybody from facilities to IT to the audiovisual people to the sheriff's office. We constantly came together and met to make sure that Collin County was going to be a focus for a minute. And we wanted to make sure that everybody understood that, number one, don't come around and mess with Collin County. And because we're here for a job, that job is to make sure that everybody gets a fair trial and everybody's safe. And we wanted to go seamlessly. And one thing that does worry me a little bit is people go, "Oh, this was a 5-day case with the evidence." 5-day case.
See, he know what this guy bringing up everything that we've been talking about, family. We've been talking about. He answered why he didn't have cameras in there. He answered why that the other courts was closed down. He answered what he feel about social media. Now he's finna talk about why was it a 5-day trial. But he's not influenced about what's been said on social media. But he literally, ain't nobody even asked him. He's voluntarily giving us this.
Must have been cut and dry. I don't know if that's true or not. It was 5 days because I wasn't wasting anybody's time.
Yep.
Our community needed to heal quickly. They needed this case over.
Get it over with.
One way or another. But the case had to be fair first. But we accomplished that. But it was a gargantuan effort by every single person involved in Collin County and outside Collin County. And so we're very, very proud of our county, all of our employees, all of our elected officials, all of our judges, everybody in getting this case tried quickly because our community needed it to heal.
Thank you, Judge.
Wow. And there you have it, family. That's what you're witnessing right here. A devil. He just told you. The guy didn't even ask him, people saying this about having a 5-day trial. Why was it so fast? He came out and voluntarily said that. He wanted to make sure that it was fast so his county can heal. So his county can get over the fact that a black kid unalived a white kid. He wanted to make sure that they railroad Karmelo Anthony so that his community can feel good that a black kid got railroaded. And Judge Roach is going to make sure that he deliver on that promise. He promised the community that he would not allow a black person in his county to defend themselves. That's Judge Roach for you. That's Judge Roach. He care about the community more than he care about what's going on in the courtroom. He care about how the community feel more than he care about Karmelo Anthony's receiving a fair trial. That's what he care about. And he told us this in 4K. Asked about Karmelo Anthony, I don't know. I don't listen to the outside noise. I don't see it. I don't see what's going on social media. But he volunteered every question. He volunteered every answer that what people has been saying on social media. This was nothing but a gaslighting interview, gloating in our face. If y'all want to know the reason of this interview, it's to gloat, laugh at us. Nah. That's what this was for, basically. I railroaded y'all boy. And I'm going to sit on an interview and I'm going to laugh at you. I'm going to gaslight you. I'm going to babble about a whole bunch of nonsense, just make up a whole bunch of dumb shit. And to put the cherry on top, I'm going to retire on y'all ass. I'm going to retire on y'all. I'm going to convict y'all boy because he had no right defending himself from some white boy. So I'm going to railroad him, send him up the road. I'm going to do an interview, sit down and tell you how the jury got it right. I'm going to try to convince you that I followed the law. I'm going to keep repeating it, by the way, through the whole 18-minute interview. Karmelo never had a fighting chance. Never had a fighting chance. Salute to Eyes Open with the $10 super chat. His name is Roach, a filthy, dirty, disgusting insect that eats and shits all over the place, hides in the dark, multiplies to create a infestation and a takeover. That's what you is, Judge Roach. You are a disgusting piece of shit that's thinking you finna run off in the dark and get away with this. You fuck with the wrong one. Thank you so much, Eyes Open, for that. You are absolutely correct. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Disgusting. Sick, devilish motherfucker. Just gaslight us. 18 minutes, this guy done gaslight us. I got to make sure that this is a speedy trial. I'm going to hold court on a Saturday to make sure that I hurry up and convict Karmelo Anthony and find him guilty and throw him in jail so the community can heal. What the community healing from? What you mean by the community? What they need to heal from? What was done to the community? Karmelo didn't do nothing to the community. What the fuck wrong with the community? Oh, you talking about the racist pieces of shit that's in Collin County that's mad that Karmelo Anthony put Austin Metcalf in the dirt. That's what you talking about. That's what y'all need to heal from. Y'all need to heal from the fact that Karmelo Anthony put one of your own in the dirt and you got some payback by finding him guilty. And that's why that juror, that white lady, start crying. The black reporters reported that the white lady on the juror started crying after the verdict. Because she know what she did. She know what she did. Judge Roach, you know what you did, sir. You can't fool intelligent black people. You can't gaslight us, sir. It won't work. This probably was one of your biggest mistakes ever. This was you ruling over this case was your biggest career mistake ever. This is going to hunt you and ruin your life forever, Judge Roach. I want you to know that. What you did in that courtroom to our brother Karmelo Anthony is going to hunt. I know you a devil. I know you a devil. I know you ain't got no soul. But you would never have peace in life by what you did to our brother. And I pray that you never have peace. I pray that your wife, your family never have peace. I pray that the Metcalf family never have peace. I pray that those 21 witnesses that got on their stand never have peace. I wish the worst for y'all. The absolutely worst. The absolute worst. I wish the worst for the DA and the prosecutor because they some degenerates. They can't keep their hands off women down there in that county. And Judge Roach not going to. We had two degenerates covering this case. Salute to Integrity coming in with a $5 super chat. Didn't say nothing, just showing your boy some love. Thank you so much for that, Integrity. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. You will never see peace, sir. See, the ancestors are fed up. The ancestors are moving through us. They moving heavy too. We're not cowards. We're not backing down. We're not running from nothing. They coming for you, Judge Roach. They coming for you, Hunter, Austin. You in hell burning already. Megan, the Collin County community that wanted to see an innocent child go to jail. The ancestors are coming for you. This might sound crazy to y'all, I want this to sound crazy to you. I want you to think that I'm joking right now. Y'all done woke up a beast. A beast. Shout out to my sister Monica for becoming a channel member. Salute to you, Monica, for joining the family, joining the team. Thank you so much for becoming a channel member over here. This unity over here is so goddamn strong. This team that we building, we got the all-stars over here. Thank you again, Monica, for that. I appreciate you. You are the real MVP. We need your energy over here, Monica. Us coming together like this, y'all don't want no enemy of us. Y'all don't. This the wrong time to be enemies of us right now. The way we moving, I advise you to stay in hiding, Roach. But that's not gonna work. We